doing well. As you can see, I'm inside today, but that's all right. We're going to play some fun games to start off. We're going to warm up. Then we're going to play a game called Bop It. I'll show you how we do that in a second. And then by the end, we're going to go over some juggling skills so that hopefully by the end of the video, you guys can at least understand how to juggle two objects. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that warm-up. Now, to our first game, Bop It. So this game is going to really introduce us to some of the skills that we need for juggling. So all I have here is a piece of paper crumpled up, started like this, looks like this now. And all we're going to try and do is take this ball and using the palms and fingers of our hands, we're going to close them up so they should look flat like this. And we're just going to try and bop the ball up as many times as we can. So this is stage one. It's going to be the easiest stage. I'm going to make it a little bit harder in stage two, and then even more challenging in stage three. But for right now, all you have to do is use both hands. You can tap the ball around anywhere you need to go. If you need to walk around, if you need to bend over to get the ball, that's fine. Okay, it should look something like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. Okay, 27 is my record. Try and beat it. Okay, if you were struggling with stage one, try this. I got two DVDs here, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Great films. All you have to do is you're going to use these like they're your hands. So you grab them. You're going to start the ball right on top. Okay? And there you go. Tap away. Try it out. It might be easier, it might be harder. Let me know. Alright, hope you guys had some success with that. Stage two, here we go. Same game, same rules. Hopefully you kind of figured out some skills for the game. It's really important to keep your hand flat and open and to hit the ball straight up into the air, not back towards your body or out in front of you. So in stage two, we're going to have this mat here, and I can't leave the mat. My feet have to stay in this area. So as the ball gets away from me, I got to try and stay on the mat and keep the ball up. All right, here we go. Stage two. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Try and beat it, guys. Stage two. All right, great job. Stage three. Here we go. We're still on the mat. This time you can only use one hand, okay? One hand only. Let's try it out. This time is going to require a little bit more focus. Maybe if you send the ball higher up into the air, it'll give you more time to get under it and adjust, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, so much harder, guys. Try it out. Okay, I thought I was only going to do 3 stages, but I have an idea for a stage 4. This time, same rules. We're on the mat. One hand, and guess what? We're going to lift up one leg, okay? Really going to be challenging now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Try it out. All right, that was a fun game to kind of introduce the skill that we're learning today, juggling. So in Bop It, the game that we just played, it really teaches you how to keep your eye on an object, keep the object in the air, and how to use both hands, okay? So when we are juggling, I know some of us have had experience with this in the past, whether it's at a party or you're in school and we hand out the scarves. You know, we always do that just to give you guys a chance, but let's learn a little bit about what we're supposed to be doing. So hopefully when we get back to school soon, we can be a little bit more successful. All right, we're going to start with just a towel here. You can use any kind of cotton shirt or anything you want. It's really important to use something that's not going to roll away from you, though, in the beginning. I remember trying to teach myself how to juggle with tennis balls, and they just kept rolling away every time they'd hit the floor, and it's more time you're wasting, and it's a little bit more frustrating. So I have a little bath towel here, and all I'm going to try and do is I'm going to start with it in my right hand. Now, if we're using a ball, you might want to hold it under, keep your hand under the ball, but with these towels, or if you have scarves or shirts, it's easy to kind of pinch it from the top and just chuck it up here and release at the top, okay? So with this, I'm going to try and start with my right hand, toss it up into the air, and catch it with my left. And then once I've done that, I'll throw it back to my other hand. So it should look something like this to start out. Okay? I'm keeping my eye on it the whole time. I'm not throwing it away from myself, so I have to go and get it. I'm keeping it close to my body, just like in Bop It. You want to keep it up in the air, straight up and catch, straight up and catch. My eyes never leave, straight up and catch. Maybe you can speed it up soon. Okay, that's another great thing about using these over a ball. A ball is going to come down a little bit faster. This kind of catches the air and slows it down a little bit. That's why we always start with scarves. In this case, bath towels. But it's all the same. Try that out. Okay, hopefully you guys had some fun with that. Maybe you were successful. Maybe you were able to get it several times. That's good. If not, keep practicing. You can pause the video here, and when you feel ready, you can go back to it, okay? So here we go. I have 2 towels now. Now, how many of you at home think you know how to juggle? Mom and Dad, maybe you guys know how to juggle? But this is what I often see people do when they say they know how to juggle. So what I'll see is they'll start with 2 objects in their hands. They'll toss one up in the air. This is up here now. And with this hand, they just hand it over and then toss with the same hand. So it would look something like this. Now this actually isn't juggling, because all you're doing is tossing the object to the other hand, but you're really not juggling the objects because it's only one in the air at a time, and it's very simple. So if that's how you were taught to juggle, that's good. That's a good base, but let me show you the real way to juggle. So you'll have 2 objects, and what you want to do is, I always like to start with my right hand. I'm going to toss the object up, and while this towel is in the air, this hand has to catch it, so I have to throw this one up. And they'll kind of cross in the air, okay? You'll catch, catch. So it should look something like this. Take my towels, toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Okay? So they're actually crossing over to each hand. Both hands are doing the same thing. And it's a lot like Bop It because we went like this when we were playing the game, and now we're doing the same thing, just with 2 objects, okay? So try this out. It's a little challenging, but again, that's why we're using towels. So good luck. Okay, so what were some of the things that you found challenging about that? Let me give you a little tip before we move on to the paper balls and we get away from these towels or scarves. What you want to do is, when you make your first throw, wait until it's at the top, okay? So when I throw it, I don't want to release this other one until this one's at the very top. And I'm always keeping my eye on the object that's coming down because you want to catch that object. So when I toss this one, I wait for it to get to the top. Then I toss my next one, and I watch this one into my hand. And then once this is caught, I can look at this and catch it, okay? So try again. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. See? Sometimes these are a little bit tricky to catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. All right, try that out. Hopefully it helps. All right, some of you are like, Mr. Simmermon, that's easy stuff. Okay, let's move on to paper balls. All right, it's going to be a little bit trickier because they're smaller. They have a more consistent flight. They're going to be able to fly easier, and you'll be able to see them come right down to where you wanted them to go. Sometimes the towels and scarves, they kind of flutter with the air and you have to readjust. So you might find these a little bit easier, but they are smaller, so it's going to make it a little bit more challenging personally. So, same idea. We're going to toss, toss, catch, catch. You can say that out loud. It actually helps you remember what you're supposed to do. So, toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Again, I wait for the object to get to the top of its flight before I release the next one. Okay? Really easy. And again, we don't want to be throwing forward. We don't want to be throwing backwards or to the left, to the right. Just keep it consistent. Toss it straight up. Catch it. Toss it straight up. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Try it out. Okay, so I'm sure this is getting a little bit harder and a little bit harder for you guys. That's okay. This is just something fun to do, something fun to try out. Let's take it a step higher. Some of you might want to stay where we are right now, just trying to get that toss, toss, catch, catch down. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Some of you might want to move on a little bit more challenging. We're going to stay with two objects. You can go back to the towels. You can stay with the paper balls if you find this easier. Whatever you want to do, okay? So with the two objects now, I'm going to try and juggle them with one hand. Now, as I'm doing this, you'll see I'm sticking to what I know. Before I toss this object, I wait until this one's at the top, okay? So they want to rotate. You don't want to toss and then there's two balls up in the air right next to each other because you're going to have a really hard time catching both. So wait for them to rotate their spots. And as you'll see when I start doing this, the hand that's juggling is going in a circle. It's kind of rotating the balls around. Keeping the balls right next to me, nice and close. Try this out, okay? Here we go. Toss, 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 toss. Okay? You're always keeping the balls in front of you. Your hand is focusing on the object coming down. When you drop them, just go pick them up, okay? I remember learning this skill and dropping 1,000 times. It's a very challenging thing to do, but it's super cool and super fun to show your family and friends. So try juggling with one hand. All right. So that was probably the most challenging part of what we've done today. I'm going to leave it there for now. If you guys want to see how to juggle 3, let me know. And maybe next time we'll start off our lesson with juggling 3. But if you guys want, let me know. And maybe next week we can get to juggling 3 objects. And I'll give you a hint now. It's not that different than what we've already done. Okay? Hopefully you guys are well. I will see you soon.